Yo, 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 what's going on, ladies and gentlemen? So I thought I'd do this video to bring you the New York close. Going to try and keep it as concentrated as I can, break down price action from today and understand what is happening right now with Bitcoin. So here we go. Today has been quite a whipsaw price action scenario, okay? We had, of course, the Brink session right here, ladies and gentlemen, which is always infamous for its stop hunt rises to the upside, to the downside, throwing traders about. They recovered the green vector candles that we were watching in the live stream earlier on today. So, ladies and gentlemen, if you are new to the channel, make your way over to today's live stream that we were speaking about. This one right here, which is Bitcoin Live Pal Speaks Again. Today we will know, okay? In this live stream, we were breaking down the narrative. We were paying attention to the idea that the bookmap was showing various points of interest in terms of orders to the downside. They had initiated the stop hunt rise in the US, in the UK Brink session. Okay, not the UK Brinks, the actual UK session itself. All right. They attacked the range, came down into the green vector candle, and then they dropped, retrace, continuation to the downside. Remember what we said about the Brinks. You take the Brinks box, wherever you're going to see the stop hunt. There's your zone. Up, down, stop hunt, rise, drop. That's exactly what had happened right here, ladies and gentlemen. There was your Brink session. If there's a time for you to trade, it's there. What you do is you wait for it to show its intention. Just look at what happened in this area. They had moved price up, initiated the stop hunt, came down, retrace, continuation to the downside. That's all you're looking for. You are only looking to exploit plays like this in the Brinks box. Okay? That's for the downside. And then, of course, you're looking for the same thing to the upside like that. Okay? Where your entry is, there's two places you can enter. You can enter either on the break of the previous high, or you enter sooner but take a little bit more of a risk to try and grab the move on the idea that if you do enter here, they could come back down, stop you out and shift out. Whereas if you open here, you would get the breakout, you would probably realize a bit of profit anyway, pay yourself, retrace, continuation. So you could capitalize on a double trade if they were to rise up, retrace again into it, and then continue back up. Okay, here's an example. Look at this. You've got that move. You've got the drop. Okay. You've got the retrace, and then the continuation down lower. Drop into the smaller time frames themselves, and it will start to make sense. Here we go. Look at what had happened. You've got the Brink session right here. Stopping volume candle yet again. Nice little play right there. Preventing price from going further up. Why? And people ask this question, how does the market maker actually move price? Again, they don't care about the value of Bitcoin. They care about where traders liquidity commit. Excuse me. They care about where traders, retail traders, liquidity is committed. Okay? So let's look at this. You can see that this looks like an M formation. And of course, in the UK session itself, they initiated the stop hunt rise. And now if you look left, you can see that they've already recovered this red vector candle in this zone. All right. Now we're going to get the proof of this move. Now you see, look, again, Mr. Market Maker moving price up. This is how they move price from one point to the next, by grabbing attention. So they grab the attention with this move, 1, 2, 3 hits, and then they allow retail to step in to get them committed. Yesterday's high taken, and then they reverse it down again. Now, when you look at this situation, ladies and gentlemen, you've got to ask yourself what's actually happening across the board. All right. Well, let's roll over and have a look. Dollar index consolidating, not really moving much. All right. Oil moving down. That's good news for us. The yields are climbing up. Okay. When the yields climb up, it means dollar is up. So you're favoring dollar assets in principle. You're favoring dollar dominance. When the yields go down, dollar goes down. But we're not seeing that, ladies and gentlemen. But the good thing is dollar yen today has taken a bit of a bleed to the downside. Okay? But now it's creeping up, back up again. And this is what I don't like about dollar yen. Even though we are expecting dollar yen to break down majestically, there is still a good chance that dollar yen could actually climb back up in preparation for a move tomorrow, Friday, to send price further up. Going into the news announcements, Fed didn't say anything different that we would normally expect. But Friday, we know what Fridays are like. We know that there are market moving days. Consumer sentiment is critical. Tomorrow, we will know. As consumer sentiment is released, any figure below 50 is a contraction. It's a big problem. Look what the details say. Financial confidence is a leading indicator of consumer spending, which accounts for a majority of overall economic activity. So let's put things into perspective, all right? Existing home sales dropped, okay? That means people aren't spending money. They're not accumulating assets. They're not accumulating credit because inflation is here and they are increasing interest rates. So it's going to cost them more to get credit, all right? People with already outstanding mortgages have had their interest rates increased. So now it's going to get a bit tighter. The more aggressive the Fed is, the more prices are going to rise in term, or should I say credit instruments are going to rise, which means it's going to be a bit difficult for people. Okay? We're going to see the effect of the inflation and recession in principle. We're going to see the impact of higher interest rates later on. But if the consumer sentiment is showing a reduction, so if it's 50.2 as the forecast and it comes in tomorrow as 49, that's not good news, which will then switch the narrative and put everybody back into dollar dominance. Okay? So all of the gains today made by Bitcoin, all of the gains made today by not Euro USD, but any assets against the US dollar would actually return back down. Now, what is it about Bitcoin that we need to understand? Well, ladies and gentlemen, the profile of Bitcoin's price action is this. If you pay close attention, going into Asia tonight, we might see some very interesting price action. They can't get above this 200 EMA, so that's going to be a problem for us. A big green vector candle appearing in this zone is not something that I'm excited about. Why? Because they're appearing above the key 20,500. Okay, remember when I marked off those levels earlier on today? Okay. Ask yourself the question, what is it that they're actually doing? Are they getting ready to go higher or are they preparing to go lower? We've had all of these pushes, pump, and no follow through. Bitcoin needs to break above this point right here, 21,700, to get out of this structure for our narrative to agree that we are going to go higher. But they haven't done that. And even after this big push right here, it's still not done yet. There is a lot of activity in this area, ladies and gentlemen, so be careful with this zone. We know what they're like. They came down today with the attempt to take back this vector candle point. They didn't take this vector candle, but they ripped into this zone and ate all the liquidity in this area right here. There it is. Green vector recovery, green vector recovery, green vector recovery. They tried to go down to this point, but they pinned away from it. Cool. Now we've got some interesting behavior. 1, 2, 3, 4 hits to the high. Now, questions that are being asked in the live stream as well, what are the vector candles? How does the market maker move price up? As I was saying earlier on, the way he moves price up, ladies and gentlemen, is based on where he can get traders to commit liquidity. All right? Now, listen, market maker can be in a deficit as long as he wants. The risk is always present because there's the risk of no one taking the trade. All right? But what you've got to remember is this. If there are now more shorts than there are longs, he's going to aim to attack the shorts. But if he knows that there are now more longs coming in because social media is putting the idea that this is the bottom of Bitcoin, he's going to feed those longs. Okay, he's going to allow those longs to open up, which he's then feeding into the shorts, keeping the short traders committed, keeping their liquidity present so that they don't ever think that Bitcoin could actually ever go back up again. And then we will get an event where Bitcoin will just fly up to the upside and you ricochet all those short traders. And then they'll be left to do one thing, run to cover. Well, Mr. Market Maker is going to be the guy who is providing that capital to buy to cover on the short. That's what you do when you sell a short. You buy to cover. You're covering your back. All right? Going into Asia tonight, ladies and gentlemen, the rule is do not trade until Tokyo opens. I will say that to everyone. Okay? Do not trade until Tokyo opens. We have 1 more hour until the New York session finishes. Okay, this 1 hour's worth of trading with Bitcoin could be a little bit of a relief rally in preparation for tomorrow. Consumer sentiment is going to be a big thing. Dollar index may actually start to creep up. We don't have any other vector candles that they can come back into other than this last point right here. But this is a very important consolidation zone for the dollar index, which will then lead us into the understanding that euro is going to continue down lower. Okay. Euro is looking like it's topping off. We may actually have ourselves a classic drop, retrace, continuation lower. We have the vector candle points in this zone right here. So be mindful of those areas for any of my Forex traders out there. Okay. Rolling over to Ethereum. Let's have a look at how Ethereum fared earlier on today. There you go. Nice little move by Ethereum. Recovery of the green vectors 1. Recovery of the green vectors 2. Look how they just pinned that right there. You're saying to me Mr. Market Maker isn't present. You're saying to me it's a cult. No, it ain't no cult, ladies and gentlemen. It's acknowledgement. That's all it is. All they're doing right now, guys, is they are just coming back to all previous zones of liquidity because, in my opinion, I believe they're running for shorts. But how long is the short play going to last for? They could run up all the way to the 800 EMA. For Bitcoin, they could run up all the way to these previous vector points. So please be mindful of these zones in the chart, guys, because they are all relevant. Okay? Tomorrow is Friday, and we know what Fridays are about. They're either a basing day or they're running for profit. So please, if you're in profits, pay yourselves. As always, I will always repeat the same thing. Pay yourselves, pay yourselves, pay yourselves. Write it out. Put it on a wall. Every time you open a trade and you've got profit in there and you get excited, look at your writing on the wall. And that says, pay yourself. And tell me what that anyone that paid themselves went broke in the process. All right? No one went broke taking a profit, ladies and gentlemen. If you are new to the channel, mad love and respect for passing through to today and of course through the New York live sessions. If you are considering downloading this information here, everything you need is in the description of the video. You can make your way over to the Traders Reality website, and I will advise, do not join the Patreon this side of the month. Wait until the end, or sorry, the actual start of the new month, so that you avoid being charged twice, ladies and gentlemen. Okay? Have yourselves a great evening. And I'll be updating you all tomorrow with a weekly video update on Bitcoin's behavior throughout this week. It's called the Holders Update. So I'm going to be communicating with the holders of the channel tomorrow evening for a breakdown of Bitcoin's price action over the week. Okay? Have yourselves a great evening, ladies and gentlemen. Bitcoin's on its way. I need to make some moves. Take care of yourselves, family. Peace.